I don't wake up every morning expecting to spend all my money on Blu-rays. I'm a very go-with-the-flow guy. I live by the Tao. I let the universe guide me. And if Blu-rays end up in this whirlpool of cosmic slush, then so be it. And if I end up with 10 Blu-rays that I didn't need, well, who am I to say I didn't need them? And that's absolutely not a compulsion. It's just a hobby. It's my love of media. And that's what I tell my therapist every time she brings it up. So, without any further ado, I thought we'd get into a pickups video. I have several titles here that I picked up in the month of March. So some of these I pre-ordered earlier in the year, and actually one of them I pre-ordered in October of last year. But I wanted to go through these today. I recently did an unboxing of a package that Bog Zombie sent me with some movies, and I did want to include it in this because it was a little bit more special, and this is already going to be kind of a big haul. So I wanted to highlight that separately. Without any further ado, let's get into these Blu-rays that I spent too much money on. First up, we have the Warlock collection from Vestron Video. Now, I ordered this on Amazon, and actually, let me show you the next two before I speak on that. We have the Wishmaster collection, and we have Waxwork 1 and 2. Now, the reason I wanted to show all these together was because I actually ordered these on Amazon. There was a great deal that they were having where I got most of these for like $16, and I have Amazon Prime, so obviously there's free shipping with that. I was surprised that they were so cheap, because it seems older titles in the Vestron line were pretty expensive, and are still pretty expensive. You know, nowadays you can get most Vestron titles for like $12, you know, maybe a little bit like 12 to 15 bucks, but you know, back in the day they were like 30 bucks. So I was surprised that they were so cheap, but then I was even more surprised when they came in with the slipcovers. Did not expect that at all. So I'm really happy with these. Now, I actually haven't opened them yet, and I apologize for that. I am going to open them soon. Oh my gosh, I can't even get this out of here. So I'll have to work on that. I'm really excited for these. I never really collected much in the Vestron lineup, but I thought with these being such a good price, I do have some Vestron titles. I thought, you know what? I'm not going to collect them all, but I might as well get a few more. And that brings me actually to my next one, which is Vestron release number 1, Chopping Mall. I absolutely adore Chopping Mall. It's a bad movie, but it's a lot of fun. It's a real good time. And again, with this, I actually did not get this on Amazon. Or did I get it on Amazon? I can't remember. But wherever I got it from, it came with a slipcover as well. Now, I don't know, maybe they all just had slipcovers, and I could just be mistaken, but I know I do have a Vestron that I ordered on Amazon that did not come with a slipcover. This was a couple years ago, so I was really happy with that, and I actually got this at a good price too. I think I got this for $23, and I've had my eye on it for a long time, and it's always been like close to 30 bucks. I still am waiting for Blood Diner to go down a little bit, although eventually I'm sure I'll bite the bullet on that too, because I absolutely love Blood Diner. But yeah, we have Chopping Mall here. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. It's on, I believe it's on Shudder. But I actually have not seen any of the Wishmaster films, which is part of the reason why I bought this. I've not seen any of the Waxwork films, and I've only seen the first Warlock. So this is like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... There's like 9 movies here, and I've only seen one of them. So I'm looking forward to diving into these. Probably have like a little Wishmaster-a-thon at some point with my girlfriend, because I don't think she's seen them either. But yeah, I'm really excited for these Vestron releases. And to get this out of the way, because it's taking up a lot of space, now if you know me or if you watch this channel, you probably know that I'm a big Bleeding Skull fan, and I'm trying to collect all of their releases. I'm very, very close. The only thing I'm missing is Heavy Metal Massacre, the VHS, and the VHS of Blonde Death, and that's not the new LED VHS of Blonde Death that was recently announced by Vinegar Syndrome. I'm talking about the one that was released back in like 2014 or something like that. Recently, I picked up the Jungle Trap soundtrack, that they released to coincide with their VHS release of this movie back in, I believe, 2014. And I'm really happy to own this. Now, I don't really collect records. I do have a decent amount of records, but it's not something that I necessarily like seek out, with few exceptions. But this one, they don't pop up very often, and I just had to have it, right? Because I'm trying to collect all that stuff. You can see here it's got this like green foliage splatter. It's really beautiful looking. You can see it's gorgeous. It's really good looking. I believe they were all this color. I'm not sure how many were printed. There's an insert here. We have a little bit of, I'm not sure. I think this is just a little bit of information about who recorded and wrote the soundtrack. But I was really happy to find this, seeing how it's 10 years old, you know. And I don't think there were that many of them made, maybe a couple hundred. So, and I actually found this on eBay. I didn't even think to look on like Discogs or anything. It might be out on there, but I don't really know Discogs well enough to try and find it. I mean, I'm sure it's not that hard to figure out, but anyway, found it on eBay. Really happy with this. Really cool piece. Now we have the title that I waited a lot of months for, and for good reason. Dante's Inferno from TerrorVision. I absolutely adore this movie. It is some of the most, to this day, right, like, unnerving, unsettling visuals. There's something about the visuals on that old film and the way it was shot and like the music that just gets under my skin every time. It really creeps me out, and it's always creeped me out. And for a long time, I didn't know what this movie was. It was like public domain. I think there'd be clips on like YouTube and stuff like back in the day, and like on TV they'd use it in some movies because it's public domain. But it just still gets under my skin. Now, this took a long time because they found a new well, they didn't find a new print, but I think they had been gained access to a print from some kind of museum or historian or something like that, and they wanted to include that, and I'm glad that they did. I'm not complaining, but it took a long time to get, and I was really looking forward to this. Stunning restoration. I believe restoration was done in 4K. You know, this is a movie that's 113 years old, so it's like, you know, it's not gonna look amazing, but for what it is, it looks incredible. Love this cover with Satan on the front. Just crazy that this was 1911. And then next up here we have The Last Slumber Party. This was released by AGFA. I got one of the last copies with the slipcover because I didn't know much about this. I didn't know anything about it. They were going fast. They really were selling out fast, and so I was like, well, if it's that popular, I might as well give it a shot. And it is a bad movie. It's not a good movie, but it's a lot of fun. I believe there's like shots from Slumber Party Massacre like inserted into the movie. At least in the trailer there was. I don't really remember in the movie if there was. Basically, it's about it's a ripoff of those slasher like Slumber Party. It's basically a ripoff of Slumber Party Massacre, but it involves a surgeon. Or I think he's I don't even remember. I think he's like an escaped mental patient who like wears a surgeon mask and dons a scalpel and goes after these women. It was just such a bizarre movie that I don't even really remember the plot, but it was a lot of fun. Really incoherent, but like I said, it's like fun. If you like that, and this was shot on 16mm, but it very much has that shot on video vibe to it. And aesthetic to some degree. Really amateur, but a lot of fun. If you like that shot on video kind of DIY aspect, then definitely seek this out. Slumber Party Massacre. The Last Slumber Party. Definitely give that one a watch. Next up we have a bunch of steelbooks, and I don't really collect steelbooks. Like, I have a bunch of steelbooks, but I don't really like collect steelbooks. Like, I'm not like a steelbook like enthusiast or like favoritist or something. Like, I like them. but I don't like have to have them. But with Walmart doing all their Steelbook stuff lately, I've been picking a few up. First, we have the Divisive Skinamarink. I haven't seen this movie yet, so why did I buy it on Steelbook if it's so divisive? I think this is going to be something I enjoy. I know this isn't for everybody. People have shit on it a lot, and other people seem to really like it. I've heard it's too long, which I don't doubt, based on what the premise is. I can imagine that being tedious over a certain amount of time. But I'm looking forward to it. My girlfriend likes it to some degree. She has been recommending that I watch it, so it was $20. And I thought, you know what, if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it on Steelbook, so I am going to watch it soon. I just kind of get to get the mood right. Looking forward to that one. I'll probably post something on Instagram once I watch it, so follow me on Instagram at Dream Emulator HVSC. And speaking of Walmart Steelbooks, I did a video on this recently where I showed off the Creepshow 4K. I think this was like $30, something like that. So, it's up there, but I explained in the video that if I was going to upgrade from my Blu-ray, which I very much don't feel like I needed to upgrade, I wanted it to be the Steelbook because it's just gorgeous. It's a great looking release, the package itself and the visuals on the discs. Now, the 4K does look a lot more vibrant than the Blu-ray. Not like night and day, but it does look better. Unfortunately, when I recorded this video, something was messed up with something where the colors were completely washed out, and all I did was I ripped it, an MKV, put it in DaVinci, no color correction, no nothing, no whatever. I mean, I would run it directly from my PC and it was still washed out. So I don't know if there's like an encoder I don't know what the deal is. I'm not a video specialist guy, but it did not look like it should have looked. And that's not necessarily a problem of the disc. I just want to point that out, so if you go and watch that video, you're not too put off by that. And I'm trying to fix it. I don't know how to do it. Anyway, that's enough on that. I do highly recommend picking this one up. It's a great upgrade for sure. But if you have the Blu-ray, don't feel like you need to. And next up we do American Psycho. Again, I did a video on this one, along with Creepshow. This is the one where his face peels off like so. You have the axe there on the back. Open it up, you get Patrick Bateman in there. And this looks gorgeous too. This is definitely an upgrade from the Blu-ray, at least the one I have. And this was only, I think, $25. I don't know if it's still in stock, but if you see it and you want to watch it for the first time or upgrade from the Blu-ray, this is the way to go. Now we're winding down to the last release, and that is Event Horizon Steelbook reprint. This is a limited edition Steelbook reprint. So I remember this coming out a while back and just missing it. I don't know what my deal was, why I didn't pick it up, because I genuinely love Event Horizon. But for some reason I just didn't pick it up. Then obviously it went out of stock. So when they announced that they were doing a reprint, I jumped all over it. Pre-ordered this probably a couple months ago. I like the case a lot. It comes off. You have the eye. You have them on both sides. I watched this. Oh, I got a digital code. I watched the 4K of this not too long ago when it came in, maybe a couple weeks ago, and it looks good. It looks good, but it doesn't look great, and that might have been my fault. I might have to pop this back in and see what the deal was, if that's me. It looked a little stretched out, and I don't know how to explain it. Not pixelated, but just kind of that might have been my TV. It might have just been me. I'm gonna have to put this back in and watch it. But is it an upgrade from their previous release? Yeah, absolutely. I still recommend it if you are a fan of this movie. There was something about it that just didn't look quite right. And again, it looks great compared to their old releases. I'm just saying, I feel like something could have been better, but I'm not sure exactly what that is. Those are my pickups for the month of March, plus Bog Zombie stuff. Go watch that video, please, if you haven't already. And follow me on Instagram at Dream Emulator HVSC. Follow me here. Give me a subscribe. Give me a like. Whatever. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next one. I believe they put this out in